Hey everybody, hi Facebook and YouTube crew. We're trying to figure out some stuff with Instagram. For some reason it won't let me go live. We're having some issues with the internet. So give me 1 second. I might try to update my router real quick. So if you see me moving around, that's what's happening. Just give me a moment. How are you all doing today? For those of you who are on Facebook. All right, Instagram's not about to let me be great. Okie dokie. Again, give me a few moments. We're gonna see if we can try to get this going. Work, please. Work. Alright. Hi, Miss Hall. Good morning. Thank you. I'm trying to pull up everything for the Instagram crew, and for some reason my phone keeps saying that the internet connection's not strong enough. So we'll get started in a few minutes. I'm sorry for running a little bit late this morning. I'm just trying to figure out how to get them on. This is so weird. I'm in my house. Ugh. All right. Oh, no, it's not doing it. All right. We're going to try rebooting the phone. Let's start all the way over. So, how are you all doing this morning? I hope everything is going well with you. We're going to try to restart my phone all together. Just going to start all the way over. And we're going to see if that works. Hopefully so. Great to see everyone on Facebook and YouTube. I'm going to try to patch in Shamira and everybody on IG. As soon as this phone stops playing me, it actually lets them join. Not quite sure what's going on with that right now. But we're set and ready to go. So it's going to be an interesting Let's Be Brunch today. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Again, good morning and welcome. We're getting started with Let's Do Brunch. I'm just trying to get the Instagram folks on. I had to restart my phone. Not really quite sure what's happening as to why the internet connection's not working, but we're going to go ahead and try to get started in a moment. All right. There we go. Starting from scratch. While I'm waiting to get this done, I want to know, what are your favorite things to put in crepes? We're going to be making some berry crepes today because I love mixed berry in my crepes. But what are some things that you all love to put in crepes? And they can be savory things too. It doesn't have to be all sweet. It can definitely be savory. That works. Savory crepes are so good. So good. All right, working. Let's see if we can get IG folks on. All right, 3rd, 5th time's the charm. Let's see if it works out. Okay, here we go. Awesome, you guys are on. We finally got it to work. Fantabulous. All right, that is awesome. Okay, hopefully you all can see me. Good morning. I'm going to patch in Shamira, and we'll get started. Let's see. All right. Okay. IG is being a little slow this morning. You know how like Siri has her delays where she's like, we're waiting to tell people that you started. It's doing it now. Awesome. So cool. Adding Sham to the crew in the mix. Good morning. Yes, strawberry crepes. We will have strawberries, and they will be phenomenal in these crepes. I've got some other berries too going on. Hey, Sham.
Hey, girl.
Good morning. We finally, I had to restart my phone. It was a whole thing. I don't know what's going on with that this morning. But our Facebook crew is with us, so we're good to go. They're on, they're live. They can see all the great things that are happening. I'm gonna fix this so you all can see me pretty well. Facebook, sorry, my hand was in your face. All right, gotta change that up a little bit, and we'll be good to go. Very nice, very nice. All right, good morning, everyone. Hope you all are doing really well. Finally got all the technical issues out of the way. Sorry if that was a little bit different this morning than what we usually do. So, if you haven't already done so, hey Sham, you already know the deal. Grab your favorite beverage. I'm going to turn this down just a bit because it seems a little loud to me. That better. Can we still hear the music pretty well? A little bit? Okay. All right. So I like this shirt. I wore this shirt with my friend's wine drinking team when we went to Barcelona last year. I can't remember. Some of my besties from high school, and I loved it. And so I was like, you know what? Today is a good wine type of day, and I have a Pinot Noir that I love by Menage a Trois. But it's a great wine. And so that's my beverage of choice today. But as usual, grab your favorite beverage. It could be orange juice, it could be a mimosa, you could have coffee, tea, water, whatever you desire. Go ahead and grab it now, and then we're going to get started. Sham is on IG. What are you sipping on? Is that water?
It is water this morning for me, and I need it. So.
Sham said it's water this morning for her because she needs it. I'm going to turn you up just a little bit, Sham, so everybody can hear you on the Facebook side. Cool. All right. So today we're going to be making crepes. Lovely, lovely Crepe Creations. All right. And I love crepes because they're so versatile and they're pretty easy to make. They don't take that long. The longest part is them resting. And so we're going to make some pretty simple crepes. You can use, we've got all-purpose flour here. You can use wheat flour as well. You guys know I love wheat flour because it's got more fiber in it. And we like that fiber because it keeps everything moving, right? Our digestive system's moving really well. So you can use wheat flour or you can use all-purpose flour. I wanted a lighter crepe today, so I'm going to use the all-purpose flour. Just remember, if you're using the wheat flour, it might need to rest a little bit longer because as it rests, all the once we put all the components together, it needs to rest to kind of get that nice texture. It'll be a little bubbly, and that'll be perfect for the texture of our delicate crepes. If you don't know, crepes are like a thin pancake is how I kind of think about it. It's a French delicacy, and I love crepes in all different types of ways. All right, so Sham, as I'm getting started, kind of mixing in together all the things, we've got flour. I'm going to add a cup of flour. I've got sugar, just regular granulated sugar. I just need a tablespoon of that. I'm going to add in a little bit of salt. I've got kosher salt. Actually, today I'm using pink Himalayan salt. So a little bit of that, just a quarter teaspoon of that. And we're going to put all of our dry ingredients together in the bowl, and then we're going to get our wet ingredients mixed. All right. While I get our dry ingredients started, Sham, tell me, what's your favorite thing to add on a crepe? Like, absolute have to have.
Absolute have to have. So, you can do sweet crepes and you can do savory crepes.
Mm-hmm.
If I have my pick, I'm going sweet, and it's going to be strawberries, sliced strawberries,
yes,
with some sort of chocolate drizzle.
Mm-hmm. So Sham's on the strawberry.
Simple.
Yes, it is super simple. So she said strawberries with chocolate drizzle, for those of you who might not have heard her, on Facebook and YouTube. So yeah, I love it. I love it. You know, you can do like cocoa powder. I might get that out of the cabinet. I have some cocoa powder. It's like little, instead of powdered sugar, like little cocoa powder. That could work.
I'm here for it.
Right?
I'm here for it.
Sham said I'm here for it. So I've got my cup of flour. I've got a tablespoon of sugar and a quarter teaspoon of my salt. All into my bowl. I'm going to whisk this together really nicely. Just give it a little mix. All my dry ingredients together. And then I'm going to create what they call a well, which basically just means a little space in between where I add my eggs. So it's kind of like a little divot or a little bit of an indentation right in the middle of my bowl. Let me bring it closer. So I'm going to add mine like right here. And I'm going to add my eggs in the middle of that, and I'll kind of whisk them around as I'm doing that to mix the dry with the wet. We just need 2 eggs. Very simple. Just need 2 eggs. You all know my rules about cracking eggs. I don't like cross-contamination, so I'm gonna grab a napkin and crack my eggs on something that I can quickly throw away once I'm done. All right.
As you're cracking those eggs, Kim, how important is it to separate those dry ingredients from the wet ingredients?
We want to make sure you got that nice mixture together. So if you put all your dry ingredients in and you haven't mixed those well together, you might have some little chunks of your salt or your sugar, and that's not really good. So you want to kind of combine them in slowly. Plus, the wet ingredients are kind of going slow and steady. And so if we kind of put it all together at once, our crepes won't turn out as fluffy and as yummy. Yeah, great question. All right, 1 egg going in. 2 eggs going in. Per my usual, I'm gonna wash my hands real quick and I'll be right back.
Good morning to everyone who's just hopped on. We are making crepes today. So, making the crepes, but I want to know, what is your favorite crepe? What do you like to have in your crepes? Are you a sweet crepe, savory crepe type of person? So, as we wait for Cam to get back, I want to see some comments about your go-to crepe style.
Yes, yes. So we've got our eggs in. I love those who like sweet and savory crepes. I love them all. I'm gonna start to blend my eggs in, and I need 1.5 cups of milk. Now, you need a full fat milk. You all know I don't do dairy products because they don't really do me very well. So I am gonna be using the coconut milk that I usually use. You all know I love the Silk unsweetened coconut milk. Coconut milk has a great source of plant-based saturated fat. We need that fat content in our crepes to keep them nice and light. So yeah. All right, so I'm gonna be mixing in my eggs, adding a little bit of my milk, mixing that in well, and we're just gonna add it little by little, our eggs and our milk. Now, if you want to do a vanilla flavored crepe like today, let's say, I know I'm gonna go for a sweet crepe, not a savory crepe. What you can do is you can add a little bit of vanilla here too. So I'm gonna add, before I add some more milk, about 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla right to my batter. And that'll give it just a little bit of sweetness. Again, adding a little more milk, little by little, mixing that all in. You can use a blender, but the only thing about that is sometimes you'll overmix, and that's not so great for our crepes. So we want to be really delicate with this batter. And so that's where we're just mixing it a little by little with our milk with a whisk. You could do this with a fork as well, and that'd be absolutely fine.
Kim, how would somebody know if they overmixed their batter?
It will get a little bit, the texture will start to separate, which is not so great, which is kind of hard to tell when you're first making the crepes, because what'll happen, and I'll show you in a minute, you'll see these little bubbles that will start to form, which are perfect. We want those little bubbles, all right? And it's kind of hard to see. I might have to do a little close up later. All right, here's the rest of our milk. But we don't want it to separate too much. And what's gonna happen is once I'm done mixing this together, this is gonna have to rest for a little bit. We're gonna have to let this rest and just chill out and give it time for that gluten to absorb the mixture, the water mixture, sorry, the milk mixture. And it can be resting at room temperature. It needs about 15 minutes or so to rest. The longer you're able to let it rest, the better, but you need at least 15 minutes. All right, so that's good. I'm not gonna overmix too much. I'm gonna top this with some saran wrap. And we're gonna let it rest while we make our whipped cream, our dairy-free whipped cream to go in with our crepe.
Oh, we're making whipped cream today.
Yes. We are making whipped cream. Surprise! We're making dairy-free whipped cream. All right, so I just put the top on just like this. It's gonna chill out. I'm gonna put this on the side. Probably get our whipped cream going. Okay. How are we doing, everyone? Are we good? Are we doing good? Are we feeling good? It's Saturday. I love Saturdays. They're like my favorite day of the week. Man, this wine is good. Loving everything about that right now. Okay, so how many of you've made homemade whipped cream before? And I'm gonna put a little bit of a spin on that dairy-free homemade whipped cream. That might be a little new for some of us. Anybody? Hey, good morning, good morning. Yes, I see thumbs up like yes to this dairy-free whipped cream. Yeah, I love it, love it, love it. All right, so we're gonna do some dairy-free whipped cream. Big key to this is we need a very, very cold bowl. So I actually put my bowl in a few hours ago. And the colder that you can get your whipping cream, the better. So I'm gonna shake this up. This is actually quite cold. I can feel it kind of chunking up a little bit. But we need everything to be really cold. You can even put your mixing spoons in there as well to make them nice and cold. It's pretty easy to make whipped cream. It's just 1 cup heavy whipping cream. And again, this is the Silk Dairy Free, which I'll show you in a second. And a little bit of sugar. It says a tablespoon of powdered sugar. I like 2 tablespoons because I like mine a little sweeter. But you really only need about a tablespoon. Yeah. All right. So, and this is great because you can save it. I mean, a cup goes a long way. It doesn't seem like it would need that much, but 1 cup of this is like, it works out pretty well. Okay. I'll move this out the way. And with this, you'll see these peaks start to form. Once we get moving, we're gonna have to move pretty quickly. So I'm getting everything set up now, but once we start moving, it's gonna go like boom, boom, boom. It takes like 5 minutes to make fresh whipped cream. A lot of times we think it takes a whole lot of time. It doesn't. It really doesn't. All right, so I've got my Silk Dairy-Free whipping cream. This is our base. Hey, Keisha, good morning, good morning. All right, so this is our base for our whipped cream, Silk Dairy-Free whipping cream. It is primarily made out of coconut oil and sunflower oil, so it's a coconut-based product. Love that about it. We're gonna add a cup of this to our bowl. Our nice frosty bowl, because it got nice and cold. All right, we're just gonna add it right in. I'm gonna measure it out. Woo! I got this cream really cold, which is great because it'll make for a nice cream, but it's just being a struggle to get out of here right now. Oh, just making sounds. Disregard the sounds that it's making. I promise it's the cream and not me. But it's good because it's nice and thick, which is perfect, which is what we want. All right. So we've got a cup of that going into our bowl. That'll thaw out a little bit. 1 cup right in there. Again, so this is gonna be delicious. It's already kind of thick already, so like this shouldn't take long at all. All right, 1 cup into our bowl. I am adding 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar. Remember, I've tried it with 1 tablespoon and it's okay, but it's not quite as right. It's like, I like a really nice, luscious whipped cream that's kind of sweet. So we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar. And then I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon of vanilla. If you like it extra vanilla-y, you can do 2 teaspoons. But I'm gonna do, well, you know what? Why not? We can do 2. Why not? You can get at least 1, but you can do 2. And you can make other flavors to your whipped cream. You could do a vanilla cinnamon. Like I'm gonna actually add a little bit of cinnamon to this mix. Why not? You could make a lemon whipped cream. Just a dash of cinnamon in there. That's it. That's all that needs to go in. We're gonna mix, and then we'll be good to go. So you want to mix it on medium-low, kind of a medium blend. You'll see some peaks start to form, and that's when you want to stop. So I'm going to show you. This is still a little liquidy, not quite ready yet. We got to make that a little stiffer. Get it up. There you go. I tend to like turn in my bowl as I'm mixing. You don't have to do that. That's just a cam thing. Oh, yeah. And this is another thing that you don't want to overblend. If you know your peaks are kind of right, here, I'll do this. When you can get them on your blender and you see like, okay, I've got some nice whipped cream texture, that's it, that's done. If you keep blending it, it'll separate and that's not good. We don't want that. Hey, honey. So yes, 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 yes. So again, I started off with the Silk Heavy Whipping Cream. You can get this at Walmart or Harris Teeter. I suggest you might want to get it at a Walmart because I paid almost $6 for this container at Harris Teeter today, and I was feeling not so happy about that because I know I've gotten it for like $4 at Walmart before. So it's up to you, but it's in the heavy whipping cream section. I was not happy this morning when I went to Harris. I was like, does that say $5.86? No, ma'am. I was not happy. So anyway, but you got this nice, thick, oh my gosh, beautiful dairy-free whipped cream. Not even falling off the spoon. Look how good that is.
Super simple, Cam. And I'm not typically a whipped cream person, but this cinnamon vanilla version that you were talking about, I might just try that.
Yo, this is everything. I'm so happy right now. It's so good. All right, I'm gonna stick this in the refrigerator so it can stay. I'm gonna cover it and stick it in the fridge so it can stay cool while we're waiting for our batter to get ready for our crepes. Oh man, that was like, I just want to eat like the whole bowl of whipped cream. So one of the things that I love, yes, I'm about to eat this off the mixer. You see, I'm struggling not to like drop it on my countertop. Greediness is not good. One of the things I love to do is eat it with fresh strawberries. Like, absolutely love it with fresh strawberries. Yep. Everything in life that Cam loves. Everything.
Can you just give us a recap for everybody who's just joining?
Yeah.
What have you done? What are we doing today? What are we making?
All right, recaps. Let's go. Okay. Hey, everyone. So we are making some wonderful crepe creations. I just finished making the whipped cream that's going to go in the crepe along with the berries and all the other things that we'll be putting on top. We started off with our crepes. We made a very, very simple crepe. It's just a little bit of flour, eggs, some granulated sugar, and some salt. We're waiting. Our crepes need to rest for a moment. So the batter does, so it can thicken up really nicely. And so that's what we're waiting on right now. We probably have about another 5 minutes or so to wait for that. In the meantime, I'm going to get some things transitioning off. I'm going to resist the urge to not lick both of these mixers because the whipped cream was so good. It was a vanilla cinnamon whipped cream. It's a dairy-free whipped cream I used, for those of you who didn't see. Silk. Yep, I used the Silk Heavy Cream Alternative. That's what I went with today. Hey, Antoine! Good morning! I know, I am. Yes. So that's what we're doing. So I've used this. It's coconut based. I like it. Y'all know that I'm lactose intolerant, so anything dairy free I love to do. It took about 5 minutes for us to make that whipped cream. We're gonna go ahead and get a few of these strawberries. Okay, this is not doing what I want. A few of the strawberries cut up, and then we will go ahead and get started with our crepes.
Now, if somebody doesn't have a mixer, is there any way on earth that they can still make this homemade whipped cream?
Oh, you can do it with a whisk. I mean, the thing is you got to move pretty quickly to get it blended together. And I would say this, if you don't have a mixer, you definitely need your heavy cream to be like super cold. So you know how I put mine in the freezer and it was making those weird sounds because I was trying to get it out. But the thing was, the colder it is, the better it is, the easier it was for me to kind of whip and blend, together. And so if it's nice and cold starting off and you don't have a blender or a mixer, that'll help you out to get that consistency and that texture, but you gotta move kind of quick. That's gonna be the thing, you just gotta move kind of quick. And I actually would use a metal whisk in that case and not a silicone one. A small metal whisk would help you out a little bit better to get that texture and consistency. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let's slice up some beautiful strawberries. I think we got about 3 or 4 more minutes on that mix. I want it to settle and sit really nicely. I've got strawberries, blackberries. Oh, you guys can't see them. All right, I'll bring them closer. All right, can we see them now? All right, so our toppings. Lots of creations here. This is the part where it's fun because you can make it your own. And it's great because kids can help out with this too. So we've got strawberries, blackberries, blueberries. I had a little coconut that I wanted to add to the mix. And some banana because you guys know I love bananas. But you could do mango or pineapple, kiwi, whatever your little heart desires. That's what we love about Crepe Creations. They are creative in the way that you can kind of make it your own. Yeah. So I've got a couple of votes for strawberry crepes. Anything else? Let me know in the chat. Anything else? I'm going to slice up some strawberries and some bananas. So we'll have them ready to top. But anything else other than strawberries that we like on crepes? We got 2 votes for strawberries. These strawberries are good too. I am very ready for all of this. In the chat box, whether you are on IG or you're on Facebook, what are some other things that we love to add to our crepes? I don't think anybody said anything about a savory crepe yet. I haven't heard any savory crepe ideas.
Like a good savory breakfast crepe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we have some comments rolling in. Apparently everybody's really feeling berry crepes.
Berry crepes?
Berry crepes, berries galore.
I love it. I love it. That's what I went for today. I'm gonna slice and have a few of our blackberries too. These strawberries are gorgeous, and they were on sale today. So I love it, love it, love it. We can keep some blackberries intact, but I'm gonna cut a few of them in half because I just like the way that they look when they're cut in half. They have like that really pretty texture, like color that you can kind of see. Oh, that one didn't do it. Let me see if I can cut another one. There we go. Blackberries at their best when you can kind of cut them in half and see all the layers and all the parts. Can you all see that? Is it kind of hard to see? Yeah. Yes.
Side note, this station is jamming. Whatever you listening to.
You already know Pandora instrumental hip hop mix. That gets me through. Gives me all the life that I need. You all know my rules when we're cutting things. We want to make sure we're holding our fruit or vegetable like a claw. I don't want any fingers that are little fingertips getting chopped off. So we want to hold it like a claw, just like that. You all know I peel my bananas kind of different compared to everybody else. Usually people peel them from this end. I peel them from the bottom and I pinch and peel. And that's a little bit different. Most people don't peel them that way. But I like peeling them this way because it helps me to control the peel a little bit better. And I can leave some here and kind of hold it this way and cut the banana against the peel. And so that way it's not all slimy and gross banana trying to move around my plate. I can just kind of hold it here and slice it downward and make little slices. Just like that. Nice banana slices. It'll go on to our crepes. Awesome. You know another type of sweet crepe that's really good? Bananas and Nutella. That's like amazing.
Not the biggest banana fan, but I believe you. I believe
She's like,
you're working for it.
Shim's like, I mean, I don't know about the Nutella and the banana, but we gonna, you know.
We gonna see about that. We got some savory crepe ideas.
Tell me.
So, one, I hope I'm saying this right, girl, and if I'm not, please touch base with me afterwards so you can help me.
Right.
But the dosa, so apparently it's an Indian crepe where it's like, well, it's like a crepe, so it's a thin layer filled with spiced potatoes, onions, and peas, which sounds so good to me right now.
Yes.
And then we also have spinach, bacon, and cheese. Oh, you're right. Yeah, spinach, bacon, and cheese.
Yeah, I love the I love the first one that you mentioned. That sounds delicious. Is there curry kind of like seasoned in there with it? Cause That would be like love.
Yeah,
Yeah, what are the spices is going in there?
and now we're like,
Right.
I can find it.
We might have to do crepes part 2. Yes.
And serve with a spicy soup called some sort.
Okay, serve with the spicy soup. And this is all, these are both hot crepes, right?
I'm guessing yes.
Yeah.
I'm guessing yes. We're still. Oh, and we have
What else?
recipe. So essentially, we're going over for the next meal to figure this out. If you make it for us first, then we can figure it out from there.
Yes, make the crepes, make the savory crepes, take a picture and DM us and let us know how that all went, and that would be great because then we can try. Yeah. Right.
Leave it at the door.
Yes, just drop it off, DoorDash it, teleport it somehow. You know, all of those options are great. All right, I think our batter is good. I'm gonna go check on that real quick, and I'm actually gonna transfer it to the thing that we put our milk in so I can easily just pour and go. Oh yeah, all right, let me show you all this. All right, so our batter got a little thicker and it's starting to bubble up just a little bit. It's getting thick and bubbly, and that's what we want. Just gonna transfer it over. And you all will be able to see the bubbles really well now that I've transferred it. All right. Yeah, I try not to tip it over too much. IG, you all can probably see the bubbles a little bit better than Facebook can. All right, so that's it. We need our pan to be pretty warm, pretty hot. It takes about 3 minutes to cook crepes. 1 minute on the first side and then 2 minutes on the next. So I'm gonna go ahead and power mine.
So when you say hot, what range are we talking about?
We're going for medium high. Hold on one second. Hey, y'all. Yep, we're going for a medium heat. And you all know with my induction burner, it likes to get pretty hot pretty quickly, so I definitely have to watch that. We're gonna add our butter in just a little bit at a time. We want the butter to be nice and bubbly melty, not like that film type melty. We want it to bubble up a little bit. So we want to make sure our butter can get nice and warm, and then we'll pour in our crepes. I like a pan that's got a better kind of lip to it, like a thicker lip, so it'll be easier for me to move the crepe around when we get to that point in time. And so that's my preference. You can use a flatter skillet, but I think it's a little bit harder with a flatter skillet, kind of moving those crepes around. And I've got a spatula for when we use to turn it. All right. Add just some butter. Whoops, that butter is ready to go. And this should make about 4 crepes. All right, so I want my butter to be very, see how it's like straight bubbling? That's what we want. That's what we need. You see how I'm mixing it around in like a circular motion? Perfect. All right, it's ready to go. Can you all see what I'm doing well? Let me move it over just a little bit. I think that'll
give
make it.
us a little to the, which that's your, yeah, there we go.
There we go. All right, so we're bubbling and we're moving well. Move that out the way. Can't spill the wine. All right, I'm just gonna pour a little bit of my mixture right on top of there. And you all will see it start to bubble up. It forms little bubbles. I might need to turn mine out just a little bit.
So when you're pouring, how do you know when to stop? Like, how much are you actually pouring into the pan?
I want it enough where it can coat the bottom of the pan. Mm-hmm. So, and I make mine coat the bottom of the pan, and I have a little extra on the edge. That's my goal, to kind of keep a little space so I can move the crepe around pretty well. Like, this crepe's gonna cook kind of quickly. So 1 minute on that first side. My middle is starting to cook really well. My sides are needing a little help. The first crepe's always
questionable. though.
Yeah, the first crepe
It's
is.
always the test run.
Yeah, because the pan's got to get hot enough. There we go. See how it's moving around? That's what I want. I want it to be able to move really well. All right. Oh, okay, induction burner. I know you didn't like me doing that. All right. So what's going to happen is you'll see some bubbles form in the middle, and it'll look like it's kind of drying. That's kind of what we're going for. And then I'm going to flip it. Now, y'all pros can just whoop, flip. I'm not about to do all that with my life. I'm going to have my spatula help me out. But you know it's about ready to go when you can move the crepe around like this. The crepe should be able to move around your pan pretty easily. Remember, these are really thin and delicate, so we have to be very careful with them in that way. Ooh, it smells good. Okay.
We reached a consensus that you're fancy over here with your crepe swirling going on.
I know, right? My crepe swirling? Yeah. It's browning up. I just lifted up the edge just a little bit to see how brown it was getting. It's browning up real nicely. Now, what happens if you don't have enough butter or if you don't have a good nonstick pan, it ain't about to swirl like that. So that's actually really key. If your nonstick pans kind of stick sometimes, don't use that one. Make sure you use one that gets really, really easy to cook in. And make sure it's got a sufficient amount of butter. Otherwise, it won't do that. It won't do this. And you want it to be able to do this. There we go. Nice quick flip. See that side? Yes. Woohoo! All right, so we're gonna cook the other side for about 2 minutes. We want them golden brown. I'm gonna grab a plate. That one looks so good. I think we're gonna do a dark today. Yeah. So 1 minute, 1 to 2 minutes on each side. It's gonna start to puff up, almost like an elephant ear. It'll puff up like that. And if it seems like it's getting a little too puffy too quick, again, just start to move it around. There we go.
We're all collectively impressed by these skills going on, Cam. Just so you know.
Y'all are too much. Y'all will be perfect. It'll be great in the kitchen where you're swirling around your crepes. You can make quite a bit of crepes with this batter. We're going to see, because I used maybe about a quarter of a cup of batter, probably less than that. So you'll make a lot of crepes, depending on the size. And your crepes can be bigger than this too. I just kind of like to be manageable with that twirling. And so if you make the crepes too big, it'll be hard to move them around and hard to twirl and stuff like that. Okay. Hey, Facebook crew. All right, I was just looking at some of your comments too. Yes. So this one's about done. Flip it. All right, I didn't flip it over enough. Woo! All right, it's thin, it's delicate, it's good, it's very hot. Okay, so we'll make another one. All right. This one's gonna probably go, since the pan's so hot, you might have to turn it down just a little bit so it won't burn. The butter won't burn. So see, that butter is already ready to go. All right, perfect. All right, again, pouring just a bit of my batter in. You'll hear it start to sizzle up.
I will admit, I've never made crepes at home. I love them. I've never tried making them.
Yeah.
And so now you've actually inspired me. However, I think you're making this look very easy. And I just am concerned that once I get in the kitchen, it may not go over as smooth. But I will keep you updated. I will let you know. I'm still going to try it. And we'll see.
So Facebook and Facebook and YouTube Live folks, Shan said, she's never made crepes before. She's inspired by making crepes now, but apparently I'm making it look like it's too easy. So we'll see. But yeah. Yeah, so when I try to move it, if it doesn't move, that means it's not quite ready yet. Definitely not ready to turn. You'll see it kind of go from a liquid to kind of a more of a solid texture. And you know, once it hits solid texture, That's definitely the space where you'll be able to move it around, just swirl it around. Hey, and it'll be good to go. And it'll be close to time to flip. But they're thin. They're like thin pancakes. They're nice and light and delicate and thin. So they're super thin. And if you like, so you can fill them. So here you can like fill them with different things and then kind of like flip it on top. Like you could do that option. Or you can fold them, which I like too. Yeah, this one's not ready. Or you can fold them and kind of do a dollop of everything on top, kind of like how you would do like a stacked pancake type situation. So I think I'm gonna go for folding today because I like that option of folding. So I'm gonna go ahead and start folding mine up. Making like little, I folded it in half and I folded it in half again. I did that kind of quickly, I'm sorry. The next time I'll do it slower. So you can see what I did, but I folded it in half and I took that half and I folded it in half again. Ooh, you can smell it too. So yeah, this one's probably ready to flip. Yeah, let me check the side. Yep, okay. There we go. Just getting underneath it pretty good with my spatula and flipping. Hey. Yeah. And again, that second one probably is going to cook up a little bit quicker than the first because the pan's already hot. So just know it might not take as much time as it did the first go round just because that pan's really hot. Yes. Hey. What do we have up for this weekend, y'all? As we're waiting for this to finish up so I can tear into it and eat it. What are we doing this weekend? Anything fun? I know it's kind of chill. It's not much going on.
So it's supposed to be rainy here all week, really. I think with the hurricane. So it's gonna be a nice indoor, relax, get my face together, movie watching sort of weekend for me. But I am so excited about that.
Yes. So Sham said it's a little bit rainy in DC. So she's going to have kind of a nice indoor relaxing moment. It's supposed to rain here in North Carolina, but it plays us all the time. It says it's going to rain, and then it rains, then it gets really cloudy, and then it might rain for 10 minutes, and then it's over. And I wish it would rain longer because I don't feel like watering my grass. I just want nature to water it for me, but it's not really doing that. So, yeah. All right, I think this one's ready. Ooh, yeah. All right. Do not have your children do what I just did. I flipped it up a little bit so I can kind of see the base and the bottom of it. It's fine. I just like mine a little more toasty. So, but yeah, kids can help with. I'm looking for it to be a nice golden brown, and so I want it golden on both sides. So it's about 1 or 2 minutes each side, but sometimes I like mine a little more golden than other people's. So I just wanted to get it really toasty. Like I want the bottom side to look like what this side's kind of doing. So. Give it a few more seconds to let that happen. Moving it around pretty well. Oh, yeah. All right. All right. So that actually worked out kind of well because I flipped it in half. So you can see I've already got my half flipped. And I'm just going to fold that. And so we're going to make kind of like, it'll be like a fan for my plate because I want to do that. And I'm going to put all of my toppings right in the middle and all of the loveliness we're going to do it that way. All right. I'm going to move this stuff out the way so you all can see how I'm going to top these crepes. Again, we could keep going. This crepes are an easy thing to make, and it's great because a little goes a long way with them. And everybody gets to kind of like pick their own toppings. So it's like a crepe bar situation. All right. So I'm going to grab that lovely whipped cream out. Oh, good. You all can see me pretty well. I'm going to grab that lovely, lovely whipped cream out of the refrigerator. Oh, yeah. Cool. Perfect peaks still. All right. So our whipped cream is nice and thick. Woo. Dial up that right in the middle. And I'm moving kind of quick because I know my whipped cream's probably going to melt in a second because of how hot my crepes are. Again, I'm gonna add some strawberries to this because I love strawberries. I'm gonna throw in some blackberries, some blueberries. Why not? We can add more whipped cream if we want to. Yeah, we're gonna add more whipped cream on the side. I'm gonna add some bananas because I like my bananas. Maybe one more banana right here. Again, this is your choice. You can do whatever you want to do with this. This is the creative part where you just kind of have fun and have at it. Might even put a whole strawberry right there. I am going to top with a little bit of powdered sugar. How I'm gonna do that. I've got a sifter. I'm just gonna kind of shake, shake, shake.
As you're doing that, Cam, so we have a comment asking about this non-dairy alternative version of whipped cream.
Yes.
So it looks like they might have hopped on a little bit after you made your whipped cream. So if you could just give that quick rundown about what you used and how you made it, I think that'd be great.
Okay. Yeah, so the comment was about the whipped cream. How did I make it? I used the Silk Heavy Whipping Cream. It's coconut based, coconut milk based. And I added 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. It was really cold, so I had it in a nice cold frosted bowl, mixed that together with a blender for about less than 5 minutes, and that's all it was. Yeah. Put it back in the refrigerator to keep it cold. The crepes are hot though, so it's starting to kind of melt. But yeah, you see we've got so much beauty on this plate. All these colorful berries that are here. Our whipped cream's hiding in the middle underneath all the berries, so the berries, the bananas. We've got blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, bananas, anything that you like. It's your choice because you get to be creative with your Crepe Creations. Yes. Honey, yes. So I have someone on, Honey said she's never done crepes before, but she has had a savory crepe, and it had crab meat in it with shrimp, hollandaise, and it just was amazing because they seasoned it with Old Bay. So it was like a seafood crepe, is what I'm hearing. That sounds delicious. Absolutely delicious. I'm about to break into this crepe. Let's see how they turned out. All right, what side am I going from? Yes, this one. I'm gonna get a little bit of banana, a little whipped cream. My whipped cream's all melty on the side. That was a super hot crepe. Happy dance. A little bit of the strawberries. Okay, I'm pulling it together. The crepe's nice and delicate. Nice, delicate texture. Amazing. A little sweet, not overly sweet. So it works well if you're doing savory or sweet fillings. The berries are delicious. The whipped cream, brings it all together. Perfect. Perfection. Crepe, perfection. Powdered sugar just makes it look pretty, but it has a little sweetness too. Yes. Everything about this, I am all for. I am all for it. I should have probably taken some pictures before I started devouring it, shouldn't I?
Hey, it's dinner tonight.
So yes, love it. This turned out really, really good. Really, really good. I'm gonna pop my whipped cream back into the refrigerator as we're getting ready to hop off. Are there any other things that you like for us to make together? Let me know. Take a moment to enter that in the comments now too. That would be awesome. So we can kind
As
of.
we're waiting for those comments to roll in about other things that people might like to see, I will say there is also consensus that we are hungry and we feel types of ways that we cannot try this as well. So we can wrap this up soon
Yes.
before people start getting hangry about
Yes.
showing these delicious
Crepes. I don't want y'all hangry over the crepes. I don't want you hangry over the crepes. Yes. I will say this one thing: if you're adding something cold to your crepes, maybe let them cool off a little bit more before you add the whipped cream on top. My hot crepe just like melted the whipped cream, but the cooler crepe actually kept the consistency of the whipped cream a little bit longer. So that's my only other caveat. But yes, enjoy. I'll be posting this recipe later on today as always, it was great doing brunch with all of you. Sham, I like the shirt. It's super cute. We're kind of twinning with like the sleeveless look today. I love it. All right. Well, that's it, y'all. I hope you enjoyed brunch. We'll be doing this again the 3rd Saturday at 11 a.m. Let us know what you'd like to see. We will love to make some more creations like crepes or other things that you would enjoy to try. All right. Have a great weekend, y'all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Mwah, 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 mwah. Bye, Facebook crew. Have a good weekend.